Lieutenant Spade, the operations officer. Thank you all for coming out today and witness for swearing ceremony. Before I talk to you all, I'll address the folks in the back for a second. Everybody's standing here between you all and me. When they came up to the MEPS a few months ago, or up to a year or so ago, they were pretty sure they were going to enlist in the service. What they didn't realize probably is by virtue of doing that, they kind of enlisted you all as well, because as they move forward today, leave their home, and their family members are going to require a pretty unique type of support as they adjust to the new way of life. So thank you all for coming out in support of your respected service members. They appreciate that, and they'll need it as they adjust to the military lifestyle. For you all, thank you for your decision to serve. It's not an easy thing to do, as anybody that's ever done it can attest. Packing a bag, saying goodbye, and getting on an aircraft that's going to take you away from everything you're familiar with, drop you off someplace you've never been, not really sure about the challenges that you're going to face. That's not an easy thing to do. But I can tell you from experience that the reason we do that is because we have an appreciation for an idea, and that idea is the thing that makes this the greatest place on the planet to live. And by virtue of raising your right hands today, whether you've thought about your choice in this fashion or not, you all become defenders of that idea and providers of some of the rights, freedoms, and privileges that we unfortunately take for granted on occasion. So you should be proud and honored, to be able to do that. Now, I'll give everybody in the back a little bit of an idea of what you can expect for about the next hour and a half or so. I've got 4 questions I'm required by regulation to ask prior to administration of the enlistment. Do that in just a second. Once we complete that, I'm going to dismiss these folks. They're going to move over, link up with the folks that are next door. For the people that are flying today, you all have a travel video you have to watch. It takes about 20 minutes. We'll do that while we're finalizing enlistment documents. For everybody that's busing, as soon as their enlistment documents are finalized, they'll be heading on downstairs or be released to go to lunch. So you all can link up with those folks at that time. Everybody will be back up from lunch, hopefully around 11:45, I think is what we've got going on today. And then a couple of things will happen then. Folks that are flying will get their final travel itineraries, orders, paperwork, and all the things they need so that they can get where they're going. The folks that are busing around noonish will police up their bags and get ready to get on the bus that's going to take them down to Paris Island. So if there are family members that are interested in getting through the security gate at the airport, there is a way to do that. What you do is you go to the ticket counter for the airline that your family member is flying on. So if they're flying on Delta, you go to the Delta ticket counter, let them know you have a family member that's leaving for military service, and they'll give you a chit that will get you through security so that you can sit at the gate with your family member until they leave if you choose to do so. Okay? But you have to let them know, that it is an immediate family member and that they're leaving on for military service. So lastly, if there's anybody in the back that has cameras, like to come up to the front, stand on stage, or position yourself somewhere else to get some photos, feel free to do so. I know you all much rather have pictures of them than a picture of me, so don't be bashful. Come on up and do that now while they're getting situated. Everybody's, are you all here today of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
Anybody tricked you or coerced you into joining the armed forces today?
No, sir.
Mr. Bond gave you a briefing before I came in. Do you understand everything he talked to you about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And lastly, are all of you sure you want to take the oath today?
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Roll, attention. Raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
That I will support and defend.
that I will support and defend
The Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States
Against all enemies.
against all enemies,
Foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic,
And that I will bear true faith.
and that I will bear true faith
And allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same,
And that I will obey the orders.
and I will obey the orders
Of the President of the United States.
of the President of the United States
And the orders of the officers.
and the orders of the officers
Appointed over me.
appointed over me,
According to regulations.
according to regulations
And the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Lower your hands. Hooray, Chris! Ladies, gentlemen, congratulations. and welcome officially to the Armed Forces. Now I'm going to call you to the position of attention, give you command fallout, which is a dismissal. On that command, we'll leave the ceremony room, we'll link up with your counterparts next door, and then begin to execute those activities I described just a second ago, okay? For family members, if you would, back over to the waiting room. Should be about another 15 minutes or so, and we'll have everybody out ready for lunch. Rope, our tickets, fall out.